Introduction to Timing Solution Demo Version. Welcome to Timing Solution Demo Version. I'm Sergey Tarasov, the author and developer of this software. This video class is divided on two parts. Part number one, what timing solution does. I will demonstrate you timing solution techniques, projection line based on different models. In second part number two, how to do, it will be explained how you can generate this projection line yourself using timing solution demo version. Part number one, introduction. The first thing I would like to mention is the difference between timing solution software and software that traders use in their practice, like TraderStation, MetaStock, MetaTrader, and others. The main focus of timing solution is a projection line and verification of this projection line. Strictly speaking, timing solution is not a technical analysis software like software mentioned above. Actually, you will find the standard technical analysis indicators like moving averages, RSI, MACD, different oscillators. Also, you will find there the standard charting tools like Endus Pitchfork, Fibonacci, Genfence, and there are a lot of them. These tools are available there, but our main focus is a projection line. And to develop this tool, it is necessary cooperation of three professionals: a professional scientist mathematic, professional trader investor, and professional astrologer. What we will do in this class? Uh, we will make an outline of the most used techniques. After that, we will create several projection lines from the very beginning. In other words, we will download the price history and will conduct all necessary calculations. Next step, restriction for demo version. When you run timing solution demo version, you will see this record there. Demo version projection line is wrong after April 16, 2013. This is a restriction date. It means that all projection line generated by demo version will be wrong after this restriction date. Actually, 2 weeks after restriction date, the projection line will be still acceptable, still good. But after this date, 2 weeks after the restriction date, it will be totally wrong. I will show you one example. I have downloaded S&P 500 index from since 2000, and now I will calculate the projection line based on annual cycle. Here it is. Just a second. Okay. This is green line. This is annual cycles for S&P 500 index. But 2 weeks after this restriction data, it will be May 1st, the projection line will be totally wrong. I will mark this period this way. May 1st. You see, we can trust our projection line only within this interval till May 1st. After May 1st, it will be totally wrong. This is restriction for demo version only. By the way, restriction date changes time to time from one demo version to another. Next step, projection line beyond the technical analysis. Projection line allows us to see the future beyond the magic today point. It may be last trading day, last trading bar for intraday. Look at this price chart. You see, this is projection line. Green line, this is annual cycle for S&P 500 index. And this is red, this is standard technical analysis indicator. This is a relative strength index, RSI, to find oversell and overbought zones. You see, the projection line is prolonged in future. It can be prolonged in future as long as you want. It can be used as a forecast tool, while the relative strength index ends strictly on last available price data. It cannot be prolonged in future. This approach makes a huge difference between a classical technical analysis approach and timing solution approach. Our goal is to model the stock market behavior, not to describe it with different indicators. Different projection lines, fast examples. I want to demonstrate you several projection lines calculated with time in solution. I started to record this class March 25th, so we will calculate projection line beyond this date, March 25th. It will be just a fast example. After that, in part number 2, it will be detailed explanation how you can calculate this forecast. Few minutes ago, we have calculated annual cycle for S&P 500. This is the most important cycle, especially for indexes and for stocks. It reveals their seasonal patterns. Let's calculate one more cycle, the angle between, here it is, moon and sun. Here it is. This is one very important moon phase cycle. Here it is, projection line based on moon phase cycle. Here it is. This is how this moon phase cycle worked last month. Here it is. You see, the period of this moon phase cycle is 29.3.5 days. But important fact is that astro-based cycles are not a regular cycle. Look at this slide. Just a second, I show you one slide. This is a moon phase cycle, synodic. This is the same as synodic month. The averaged period between two new moons is 29 days, 12 hours. But this period may range between 29 days 4 hours and 29 days 22 hours. This is not a regular cycle. And this irregularity makes a big difference between math and astro-based cycles. We can calculate any cycle there. For example, I will calculate now the Mars heliocentric cycle. Here it is. This is how the cycle works. Sorry, just a second. Heliocentric. This is how this cycle worked before. This is forecast based on this cycle. Another example I want to show you. This is Venus phase cycle or Venus synodic cycle. This is the same. Venus has a phases like the moon. The first recorded observation of Venus phases were telescopic observations by Galileo Galilei in 1610, more than 400 years ago. Actually, he kept his discovery in secret. Look how Venus phases look for year 2012. Here this Venus phases. This is kind of full Venus. This is kind of quarter Venus. This is kind of a new Venus. The fact is, Venus phases cycle very often works for currencies, practically for all currencies. This is example. Just a second, I will download one more example. How Venus phase cycle, Venus synodic cycle works for Euro USD currency. Here it is. Just a second. Okay. This is black. This is a chart, a black chart. This is Euro USD. Just a second. Okay. Do it this way. But this is red diagram, red chart. This is Venus synodic cycle. You see how it works? It worked very well since 2007. But last year, since mid of 2012, it worked not good. We'll see what will happen this summer 2013. Next category of projection line are projection lines based on dominant cycles. In order to do that, I click spectrum button, and in few seconds the program calculates me the cyclical activity for our financial instrument for S&P 500. These peaks correspond there, the most important, the most powerful cycles. I will choose few cycles, 3 cycles. I will choose this one, this one, this one. Here there are 240 days cycles, 147 days cycles, and cycle with period 50 days. Okay, and now I drag and drop the cycle to the main screen. Sorry. You see, this is projection line based on these 3 cycles. Actually, there are a lot of possibilities there, but this issue will be explained later. Bradley. This is well-known Bradley siderograph, or sometimes they call it, name it Bradley barometer. Donald Bradley invented this technology in techniques in 1947. I will calculate Bradley siderograph now with time in solution. Okay, it's done. You see, this is red line, this is Bradley siderograph. Sometimes you see how sometimes it works, sometimes it's not working. But in time in solution, there is a very useful feature. It allows to adjust Bradley model special for your financial instrument. That will do this optimize, and okay, in few seconds the program will adjust Bradley barometer special for our financial instrument. It works much better now. You see? Next step, more techniques. I have demonstrated you the small part what time in solution can do. I will run now a regular version, not demo version, and will show you more techniques there. I have downloaded S&P 500 since 1973 for last 40 years. The first module I want to show you, this is a similarity model. Here it is. Just a second. I set necessary parameters there. Similar year, find the similar year. Here it is. Okay. Oh, this way. You see these years, these dates, 1985, 1983, are the most similar years with current year. Look at this chart. You see, this is black chart, this is our current chart. And this is red. This is red chart. This is price chart for years 1984, 1985. This is for 1982, 1983. You see, this chart look very similar. This similarity sends us back to these years, 1985, 1983, and it gives us some hints for future price movement. We can see the future price movement here for these dates. Next model, this is turning point analysis. Actually, this is very interesting model. I like it. Just a second, I run it. Okay. The program calculates zigzag. In other words, it calculates all turning points and performs the statistical analysis for this zigzag. The statistical analysis allows to reveal us the most probable support and resistance levels. These red stripes correspond to the most probable support levels. I will mark these periods. Just a second. I will mark this one. This is peaks. I mark a peaks here. This. Here, there. This is support levels. Now we want to calculate resistance levels. I set force option on, and actually I see only one resistance levels here. It's far. Okay. Here it is there. Okay. Here there. You see, the advantage of this approach, we use here the formal math criteria to reveal the support and resistance levels. These levels have a statistical confirmation. Planetary lines model. Here it is. Yep. This is classical GAN technique. It converts planetary longitude into price. This is Mercury planetary lines. We can use, for example, Sun planetary lines. Here it is. A second. Wait. Sun. This is Sun planetary lines. We can use second harmonic of Sun planetary lines. You see, actually, it looks very well. Users, there are a lot of possibilities there, and users use this model a lot. Easy cycle model. Here it is. You can draw cycles manually, like this. I drag the mouse cursor and draw this cycle. Put this cycle into cycle box. Now I want to draw one more cycle, so to catch a minor cycle. Here it is, like this. At this cycle, another cycle, at this cycle. You see, this is projection line, this is superposition of these three cycles. Take this model as a visual cyclical analysis. One more model users use it a lot, it's phenomena model. It calculates, I show you, it calculates. You see, it shows how the planets passes different signs of zodiacs. Also, you can calculate the direct and retrograde zones. You see, you can see the periods when Mercury retrograde, then Venus retrograde, Mars retrograde. And last model I want to show you, this is astrological technique model. Oh, sorry, here it is. Simply click, for example, I want to see the current transiting situation for this date. Just make mouse click here, and the program calculates the transiting field for this data, for this date. It's very simple. At the end of part 1, I would like to mention that timing solution is not a single technique. This is arsenal of different techniques. This is technology. Actually, when somebody says that forecast for stock market is impossible, you always should ask what they mean saying forecast. If they mean some technology, some technique that works forever, kind of holy grail for traders, I can only agree with this statement. I think that forecast as a single working technique is impossible. But I believe the stock market is moved by different forces. Very often annual cycle works, especially for indexes, and sometimes it stops working. I don't know why. Last 2 months annual cycle is not working for S&P. Sometimes dominant cycle work. Usually dominant cycle works about 3-5 full cycles. For example, if we analyze 100 days cycle, usually this cycle works within about 300-500 days and stops working after that. The cycles do not live forever. Sometimes price chart repeats some price patterns that took some time ago. Like in example above, a current price chart repeats the patterns 1985 and 1983, and from some moment it suddenly stops follow this pattern. Speaking about forecast, we should think not in terms of one technique and that works forever, but in terms of technology, the whole arsenal of different techniques. Mother Nature gives us some hints regarding future. This is end of part 1. Thank you.